Greetings! Hello, good morning, good evening, whenever you're watching this. I am just kicking off my Friday with a desire to pull some cards. And if you know anything about me, I love to channel. I am a channel for all sorts of messages for myself and other people. So today, let's pull some live messages, and you can always watch it on the replay and get it afterwards. If you're watching in Everyday Enchantment and you post a comment, I am so excited. However, for whatever reason, StreamYard and Facebook don't necessarily play nice together. So I can see your comments. I just don't know who did it. So you could even say this is Kel or Stephanie or Bridget or whoever. And if you don't, it's all good too. Okay. Let's start. I've been called this week. I already had posted a card from Spirit Junkie, but Gabrielle Bernstein, I love her decks. And for those of you who maybe have never used Oracle cards before, to me, I always think of them as that little extra support and guidance that we can get right when we need it. So maybe you're having a rough moment, maybe you're having a joyed out moment, and you just want to connect to your own, again, your own inner compass of all the knowings and all the beautiful guidance and love and support. So this is not about trying to tell you you're doing life wrong or you're messed something up. Nope. All right, these beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Hi, Yvette. How are you, my beautiful friend? You are another oracle. I love it. We have all the oracles gathered here this day together. So I just let the cards kind of call to me. Again, there's no right or wrong way to do it. You could ask a question like, what does the universe want to share with me today? Or you could get really specific. I'm struggling with this particular topic and I don't know the next step. What wisdom is there around the next step? So again, ask a question, be open to whatever comes through. Just feel whatever feels right to you. I'm all about whatever feels good. Okay. Ooh, love this card already. This is perfect for me. I'm sure it's probably perfect for other people out there. There's no such thing as a mistake. Bam! There you go. Everything in life is information. Everything in life. I was saying to myself the other day in bed, I was thinking about all the crazy, terrible shit that's happened to me in my life. And I was like, what if I'm playing this game, on this planet that's like, what would it be like? What would it be like to grow up with, narcissists as parents? What would it be like to be like knee deep in other people's mental illness and things like that? And I realized because I have a lot of trauma in my past that I also can play the game very more intentionally, if that's a phrase, around the idea that what would it be like to expand my joy 10% more today? What would it be like if all of those old stories and narratives just poof, poof, just kind of faded into the backdrop more? What would that be in this moment? So, being playful, acknowledging the human part of this isn't about skipping over real truths and real pain and things of that nature. But I think also too, when we get a little space with things, which is what I'm talking about, things in my that haven't happened recently, then you can add a little bit different perspective. This card also says everything happens in divine order. This is a huge message for me because I'm trying to speed things up and the universe keeps telling me to slow down. Oh, it says, I am being guided to learn and grow. Ooh, Yvette, what do you think about that for your question? I am being guided to learn and grow. Where is this question, this paperwork, all of this? A space just to lean in. So again, I think sometimes, even though we think, right, it's supposed to happen, I should have had that done. Why didn't I get the paperwork in? Why didn't I make the phone call? Right? Fill in the blank. Why didn't I? Blah, blah, blah. Or why am I not? Blah, blah, blah. And then just sink back in to your body, sink back into your knowing, and There's like a shift in energy when you do that. At least for me, there is. So you'll have to tell me what you think. From that place, I can get a lot more clarity than when I'm all up in my head, which is very easy. We're human. We get worried and we start going on the head hamster wheel. All right, let's get another card. Every cell in my body is conscious and communicates with each positive thought I had. I love that, right? Our cells, our organs, our systems are responding to what we're thinking, what we're saying to ourselves, what we're doing. It's not just what comes out of your mouth or the thought in your head. Every part of your being, your aura, all of your energy fields are holding conscious energy. And I absolutely think what we feed ourselves and all of that, all of the parts of us really do influence how we show up in the world. So there's so much negativity that wants to be kind of hurled at us. How can we be super, super intentional about what we let in? And what we say, "No, thank you." It's like going down the buffet line. "Nope, not for me. Nope, not for me. Not gonna enjoy that in my body today." So again, it's not about skipping real truth and if there's something painful. However, it's defaulting more to joy rather than just that automatic default that most of us have, which is more the negative, or we look at things and like, you know that energy? Mm. Oh, I totally agree. It brings us into presence, dropping the hurry, dropping the frantic energy. Yes, our cells relax. And then in that space, again, even the energy just moves from our head down to our heart, down into our gut, places where, again, maybe our body's communicating with us. But I love just asking myself, what's underneath? If I'm asking myself a question and the card maybe doesn't feel like answers, it's like, what's underneath this question? Is there a fear? Am I afraid? Am I judging myself? There's so many parts of us that are kind of underneath the surface. So allowing ourselves to kind of pull that back with some awareness and curiosity and wrapping it in compassion, because this isn't about like, oh my gosh, why am I doing this? It's about saying, ah, of course, of human, of course is what where I naturally go. Is there something again? Is there a step, or is it just like acknowledging and giving it space? Sometimes we don't have to always do something. That's what we've been taught on this planet. I want you to think that's not always necessarily what we actually need. Okay, here we go. This is the third card. I love to pull three cards. This is all this beautiful green and pink, so heart chakra energy. And it says, guidance is available to me now. So even in the stickiest of questions or circumstances or spaces, and you feel like it's a muddy mud pile, guidance is available. And I think of that you are spot on that we have to actually slow down first. We have to create a pause. We have to create space in order for us to access the guidance. This says, I know angels, ancestors, and spirit guides are always at hand. I do not walk alone. It's so funny because this morning I was out on my morning walk. There was a heart on the sidewalk, there was a feather in the grass. There's always these little breadcrumbs all around us saying, we're here, we're here, we're here. If you want to access your guides more intentionally, they're not going to intervene. They're going to wait for you to ask. So, asking, calling on them, doing the things that cultivate a relationship with that part of you. Maybe people would call that the spiritual side of us. We all have access to it and we all have these beautiful guides. So you don't have to be a special person in this world. If you're sitting there going, I don't know, that's not me. Absolutely, it's you. You have all of this power. I think humans like, well, first of all, we stay in this very narrow lane and we absolutely think, because we almost kind of have like the world's blinders on, that this is the way. And then as you start to kind of play with your intuition, as you start to play with this guidance system, as you start to slow down, all of a sudden we start to create this expansion again. I don't think it's something new. I think it's a remembering of who we are at this kind of soul being level that's here playing on the planet Earth in all sorts of interesting ways. And if you are what do I want to say, struggling with something, again, there's a lot of human integration with our souls. This isn't like, let's just transcend, like the washing machine is broken or whatever other, small thing that's showing up in your world today. But that step back, that connection, I always say to my spirit guides, how can this be easier? What would be the next step that I might not be thinking of that absolutely will connect me to my knowing, to guidance, to ease, to fun, all of it. Elisa, you're on here too. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And I love that you're getting nudged. People are getting nudged to connect with me and reminders and all of this. Again, you have all of this. I have all of this inside me. And then we wake up and we start kind of our day on autopilot and we sometimes forget. It doesn't have to be a complicated practice. Pulling a card for yourself or just checking in with somebody like me, getting a message, let it be simple. You don't even have to watch the whole video. Maybe you just got one card and you're like, got what I needed. Perfect. And then I always ask myself too is how can I integrate whatever the message is? Again, what's the universe here supporting me with? And what, if anything, is, sometimes it's about receiving. We have a hard time on this planet receiving. We've been taught to give and go. And so just saying, ooh, I'm going to receive support. I'm going to allow it to be easier. That's kind of radical sometimes. So you could tell me what you think. Gabby Bernstein's Spirit Junkie deck, she's got some beautiful decks. I love all of her decks. And they're a great place if you are newer to Oracle cards because the messages are very, very clear. If you start diving into some of the other decks, there's a lot of other information and sometimes it can feel a little overwhelming. So I absolutely recommend starting with her if you're looking for a new deck or you're looking to get started. All right, my loves, have an incredible Friday. Thank you for being here. If you're watching the replay, drop me a comment. I want you to have an incredible day as you, not some other version, getting the guidance, knowing you're supported, knowing your whole body has magic. Your magic from the cellular level all the way through and through. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you, and I will talk to you all very